So with all the other projects and things on the go, it's been a little while since Mustard has featured in a video on the channel, but I figured it was time because there's one piece in particular I want to take a look at today. A piece that I still get a ton of questions on. Basically, whenever I post a photo showing the back of the car, questions immediately come in, and they're all to do with the wing on the back of it. So many people notice when the photos are shown that this is not a factory sedan wing. This is something a little bit different. And no one really knows what it is because it's somewhat of an unknown in the community. So while it has been seen in videos before and was shown on the site when I first installed it, it has been a while. The piece is a number of years old now, so I figured it was time for a revisit, and that's what we're doing today. So first, rewind a little bit of context. This here is a factory sedan spoiler, the factory piece off Mustard, in fact, as you can probably guess. And unlike with hatchbacks, which had their choice of base, black pack, ST, and RS pieces, sedans didn't really have choice when it came to wings. You either had this exact piece, or nothing at all. That's it. So we hoped and assumed that the aftermarket would come to the rescue, and they eventually did with this piece. So this came out in early 2015 from 3D Carbon, and it's their pedestal wing. They launched it over the 14-15 winter, and I picked one up right away as a piece to help finish off the ST conversion. I wanted something a little more pronounced to match the valance and the rest of the bodywork, so I grabbed it, not knowing at the time just how rare this would become. So the reason no one really knows what this is because it's long since been discontinued, because basically nobody bought it, which it's a bit of a mistake if you ask me. So as mentioned, this came out in early 2015. I got it right away thanks to Rebel Devil Customs. I got one almost immediately, threw it on, forums loved it, but for one reason or another almost no one bought it and they discontinued it. So obviously I have one. Also in Canada, out east, Stephen Forbes has one on his blue sedan. There's a couple in the US we know of, and that's basically it. Like, there's definitely less than 10 of these, and we assume that there's not even 5. Like, nobody bought these things. So today, 6 years on, they are exceptionally rare and therefore an unknown, and no one recognizes them when they're posted, which is a real shame if you ask me. So the piece itself, it is naturally a full replacement for this factory wing, which I'll carefully lift up and hold in place for comparison. I will overlay some photos as well for my files, but you can see here it is much more pronounced than the factory piece. Sits up much higher, a little more steeply raked as well, but if you didn't know, you could actually assume it is a factory piece. It flows with the lines very well. It looks right at home on the trunk lid, and it's one piece that I've been very, very happy with over the years. So the install's not too bad. You do have to drill through the trunk lid, of course. It does not use all of the factory points. You can see one of the ones there that we've had to plug on either side after installing. So that, as well as the matching one over here, are covers over the OEM holes. If you have a sedan that doesn't have a spoiler and you were to install this, you would just drill new holes and be done with it. If you had a factory piece, as all Yellow Blaze sedans did, you would have to plug those, but that's a pretty simple fix. That's just a couple of plastic plugs color-coded the body and then bonded in place. And yeah, it's a fantastic piece. Helps with my ST conversion, looks right at home, a little more pronounced and aggressive than the factory piece, but doesn't scream at you immediately, and that's really all there is to say about it. So to answer the common question, this is the 3D Carbon pedestal spoiler, and as to where you can get it, well, you pretty much can't anymore, unfortunately. So unless another company ever decides to come up with another piece for the sedan market, this is pretty much all we have. You can get some extensions, little gurney flaps and other things to stick to the factory spoilers, and a lot of folks do that as something to add a bit of aggression, but otherwise, at least presently, your only choices are either the factory wing or nothing. That's it. So again, hopefully someone sometime will make a new piece for the sedan community, but until then, if you're not one of the 4 of us with that piece, basically it's that or nothing. So yeah, that's it. Anyway, I will have in the description down below the original articles from 2015 on the blog when this was first fitted, if you want to see more of that process and get a bit more information on the wing. But this video today was basically just to answer the common questions of what is it and where do I get it. It's the 3D carbon pedestal spoiler, and unless you can find a used one, you're not gonna have it, sadly. So that is it for today. Anyway, as mentioned, all of the relevant links will be down below if you want to know more. And if you were curious, I hope this helps a little bit. I'm sorry I can't give you a better answer as to where to get it, or give you just an easy link with a buy now button, but a lot of parts on this car you basically had to be there at the time to get, because they've now been discontinued due to either time or just a lack of demand, and that is one of them, sadly. So it's 3D carbon pedestal spoiler. Anyway, thank you all for watching and reading as usual, and until next time, have a good one.